I always keep a wireless audio system in my camera bag because I just never know when it's going to come in handy for my content. And the advantages of going wireless are even more impressive and versatile when it has internal recording as well. This is the HOLLYLAND LARK Max, and it not only has the ability to do all that, but it's also got some extra tricks up its sleeves as well. So in this video, we're going to talk about 10 essential things that you need to know about the LARK Max, and an extra bonus 11th feature if you stick around to the end. So, secure the cup. Let's go outside for this one. Kicking things off with number 1 is that the LARK Max comes with everything that you need to record not just one, but 2 subjects. So in the kit, we've got 2 transmitter/microphones that you would connect to a single receiver that you would then attach to your camera. So you could shoot 2-person interviews, or you could just use one microphone as a backup, or you could just swap them out when you run out of battery on one. But speaking of that, it also comes with a charging case that holds and charges everything, which brings us to number 2, power. Each microphone transmitter has an internal battery that will last up to 7.5 hours, and the receiver will last up to 9 hours. And then on top of that, the charging case has the ability to charge the whole kit 2 extra times. And even with that much battery life, it still only takes 2 hours to charge from empty to full using the charging case. But on top of the juice that you get from it, the charging case looks pretty sick too, and it's super easy to use by just snapping the components in to their little homes like you're tucking them in. Beyond the core of the kit that you've already seen, the LARK Max also comes with a bunch of extra goodies that make life even better. You get 2 wind covers, one for each of the microphones, and they're super easy to get on and off. You get a bunch of different cables for charging or connecting to various devices like your camera, your phone, or your computer. And then you also get a nice carrying case that holds all the extras as well as the main charging case within it. All 3 of the devices in the kit have a clip on the back of them so you can clip them to clothing or something like that, and it also fits inside a hot shoe on your camera. But those clips are also metal, and it comes with a couple of little magnetic discs, so you can put the disc behind your shirt and attach the microphone in front. Number 4 is that the built-in microphones that you've been listening to this whole time, in case you didn't catch on to that, have ENC noise canceling in them. As far as I'm aware, this is the same or very similar technology to what most headphones and earbuds use to accept an extra signal of the environmental noise, reverse the polarity, and then combine that back with the main signal to try and isolate the voice part of it. I think anyway. But regardless of how it's done, let's take it for a quick spin. Noise canceling turned off. Check, check. Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Noise canceling turned on. Check, check. Test, test. 1, 2, 3. And as you just saw, turning it on is as easy as hitting a little button on the side of the transmitter. Number 5 also has to do with the built-in microphone, but it's more that you have multiple options for sources of audio. What I mean by that is that both of the transmitters also have an audio input that you can use if you already have a fancy lav mic that you like to use, or maybe you're trying to be a bit more discreet and you don't want to have this on the front of your shirt. And technically you could also plug in a typical on-camera shotgun microphone into the transmitter and just use that as a wireless option. Number 6 may be my favorite feature on the LARK Max kit, and that is the internal recording. You can record high-quality 24-bit 48 kilohertz wave files directly to each of the transmitters for up to 14 hours because they've each got 8 gigabytes of internal storage. So one of my favorite ways to use the kit is to only pull out a transmitter, not even worry about the receiver or anything like that, and just hit record on the unit and then use that as its own little field recorder. Then I can add another microphone onto my camera if I want to, or if I'm trying to keep a low profile, I don't have to have anything on the camera at all, and I can just use the internal microphones to sync the audio afterwards. You can also set up the transmitters to automatically start recording when you pull them out of the case, And since you've got 7.5 hours of battery life and 14 hours of recording, I just kind of leave it running all the time, and then I never miss anything. And that little bit of extra work that it takes to sync things when you get back to your computer is totally worth it to know that you didn't miss anything. That being said, there are still a couple of reasons why you might want to bust out that receiver every once in a while. One of those being the controls and that big, beautiful, bright OLED touchscreen. On the receiver, we've got one dial that also doubles as a button, as well as the touchscreen, so that we can see all of our different vital information. We can change our settings on both the transmitters and the receiver. And on the side of the receiver, the power button also doubles as a lock screen button, so you can lock it so you don't accidentally hit something that you didn't mean to. And one of the cool settings that you have within the receiver are the EQ controls. There are 3 different EQ settings that you have to choose from. There's hi-fi, low cut, and vocal boost. Hi-fi is designed to give you clarity throughout the entire frequency range, so this is good for just general purpose recording. Low cut is going to get rid of the low frequencies, which is good for getting rid of things like an air conditioning unit humming in the background, traffic, or even sometimes wind. And vocal boost, as the name implies, is going to give a little boost to the frequencies that are predominantly found in the human voice, so that you can isolate that a little bit better from a noisy environment. Another cool thing that you can do if you choose to record through the receiver into something like a camera is choose how you're recording. There are 3 different options that you have. There's stereo, mono, and safety track. Technically, if you're recording to a camera, you're probably recording a left and a right track, but if you're putting the same thing on both of those tracks, it sounds like it's coming from the middle, which mimics a mono channel. In stereo mode, each of the transmitters is going to be recorded on a single track, so either the left or the right track. You then have the ability to pull those apart in your editor and mix them separately. In mono mode, it takes both transmitters, it mixes the signals together and puts them on both the left and right channel. If you're not planning on going into an editor and pulling apart the audio and mixing it properly and all that kind of stuff, and you just want something that is done straight out of camera, then this is going to be the way that you're going to want to record. And then finally, safety track works the same as mono in that it sums all of the audio signals together, but on the left track, we're going to get the regular volume, and on the right track, we're going to get a -6 decibel quieter signal. If something loud happens in your source that might distort the regular channel, then you have that quieter channel as a backup, so you can use that for your audio for that section. Number 10 is potentially the most important part of a good wireless system, and that is the connection. The Lark Max uses 2.4 gigahertz technology with automatic frequency hopping to give you a stable connection up to 820 feet or 250 meters in an open space. So you can wander super far away and still be getting that signal back to your camera. That being said, I do highly recommend still using the record functionality on your transmitter, just in case. I mean, I can't think of that many times that I needed to be 820 feet away from my camera, but if you're gonna do it, then you know, make sure you've got a backup. What the heck, let's try this though, and I'll give you the 11th bonus feature while I'm walking away. So the 11th bonus feature of the Lark Max is that it works with multiple different types of equipment. So you can connect this to your camera if it has a 3.5mm input. You can connect it to an iPhone with Lightning or an Android with USB-C. You can connect it to a computer and use it as an audio source for that as well if you want to use it for your Zoom calls or your streaming. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the system or its features. If you got something out of this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure to check this one out next. Huge thank you to HOLLYLAND for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel so that I can keep making fun and helpful content for the best bunch of viewers that are out there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.